Me and we had a get together within the week, and this topic came up because it's a disturbing one. It's such a sick joke and a sad report coming from the capital. And today is an engagement show. I want us to have an engagement show today, not only to discuss but to profile solutions to this epidemic. Everybody knows it's an epidemic in Nigeria. Okay, budget padding. We are going to dive into the recent revelations by budget regarding the 2025 federal government budget. We're going to discuss the pervasive issue of the corruption that was discovered in it. You guys know I really don't like talking much about politics here, but there's no way we can exclude politics from our life because politics affects us one way or the other. So we have to discuss about it. Just like I said, this is an interactive session this morning. We are going to discuss this. We're going to discuss this topic today. It's an engagement show. It's not going to be only myself talking about it, but the way I sound, you guys will already know that I'm not too excited about it because when you hear the staggering figures that came out of it, you begin to wonder, what are we doing to ourselves? Okay, so we're going to not just discuss about it, we're going to look at possible way technology can be used to harness and combat these challenges. And you know, that's what we do here on the show, the Tech Live radio show. We're not just going to talk about it, we're going to see how, discuss about how we use technology because that's what we do. Today, I'm supposed to bring a child prodigy. I made mention of it last week at the show that today I'm going to bring out a child prodigy. But because of this topic that came up, we had to shift it. Maybe next Saturday, I'm going to come with the child because we are still in that week of Children's Day. You know that Children's Day is on the 24th. So we're still in the week. I'm going to try my best to bring the child prodigy. That child built a mobile app, and I was showing some colleagues in the office this morning the app, and they were shocked, they were marveled. If a child can do it, you listening this morning, you can also do it. Okay, so let's dive into the show. Good morning, VOP 90.3 for FM Lagos. Great morning to all the Tech Live radio show listeners. Welcome to another show. We already know that here on the Tech Live radio show, we explore the intersection of technology and everyday life on your super dial, VOP 90.3 FM Lagos. Okay, this is your number one radio show that talks about tech. Everything we do here is about tech. Okay, we talk about the world of technology, innovation, and groundbreaking ideas. Just like I said, we have a child prodigy, just 9 years old, that built a mobile app. All by so we're going to I don't want to spill the bean out now. It's going to be next week. Last week we also had the Tech Ignite workshop, and I want to thank everyone that attended that workshop last week. It was an interesting moment. So many people that I haven't seen, they have not seen me, but they hear my voice on air. They were here. And the workshop was free. And some people that came, they were shocked. They said, "Are you sure it's free?" I said, "Yes, it's free." I want to thank our sponsors. We had a very strong backing from Golden Tulip Hotel. We had a very strong backing from Iruka Group. We also had a very strong backing from Voice of the People TV and Voice of the People Radio. So because they believe in what we do here on the Tech Live radio show, and they backed us, and those that attended that workshop last week didn't pay a dime. It was 100% free. 100% free. And some people didn't take advantage of that. Well, it's up to you. Next time you hear something like this, you take advantage of it. And then those that were successful from that workshop last week, they have been shortlisted, and they are going to go for another intensive 6 months training. 6 months training, they are going for that. So these are the things we do. So that's why we are here. We don't just talk. We don't just talk the talk. We walk the talk. Whatever we are going to talk here, we're going to tell you how you can do it, because we are doing it. We don't just like talking, we want to do. Okay, now we are broadcasting. You guys already know that we're broadcasting live from Lagos, Nigeria, on VOP, Voice of the People, 90.3 FM Lagos. Now you have a voice. Everything we do here is to give you, the listeners, to give you, the followers, to give you, the viewers, a voice of your own. And I'm your host, Oluchukwu Francis Ogwike, ready to elevate your Saturday morning with cutting-edge insights and thought-provoking conversation. Like I said, today we are going to be talking about project accountability through tech. Project accountability through tech. But we are going to be focusing more on the budget padding epidemic and the tech cure, because of the revelation that we got this week. So we are going to be discussing about it. And if you want to be part of the show this morning, if you want to contribute, if you want to ask some questions, you can call in. When we come back from the break, please call in. But now let me call out the numbers so that you guys can take notes and then dial when we come back from the break. The number to call in the studio line is 0803 692 9933. Again, the studio line to call, if you want to talk about it, you want to discuss, you want to proffer solution. We don't just talk the talk here, we walk the talk. So the studio line to reach us is 0803 692 9933, or you can also call 0700 903 903 903. Again, 0700 903 903 903. But if you feel you want to send a message on WhatsApp, you can send a message down 081 717 56338. The WhatsApp line. You can also call that line if you want to call on WhatsApp, 081 717 56338. Okay, I have called out the numbers that you can reach us here in the studio, but you don't call now. After the break, you can put your call through. And the topic we're discussing this morning is project accountability through tech, the budget padding epidemic in Nigeria, and the tech cure. We don't just want to talk about it, we want to talk about how we can use technology to cure it. Okay, so when we come back from the break, we're going to go deep into it, and whatever you want to discuss, your contribution, your assertions, just call in and let's discuss it.
From the latest trends in digital banking to groundbreaking innovations in the dynamic world of technology and AI, now we've got it specially covered just for you. Right now, Tech Life is a new program on Voice of the People 90.3 FM Lagos that meets your needs with quality information, deep analysis, insights, interview, and offers you full technological know-how on how to thrive in today's digital economy. Tune in to Tech Live every Saturday, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. live with the industry expert Oluchukwu Francis Ogwike for an expose into the world of artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, computer programming, robotics, IT networking, and lots more. So be informed, be inspired, mark your calendar, set your alarm, and stay ahead this Saturday, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. for Tech Live, only on the station Voice of the People 90.3 FM.
Okay, welcome back. Welcome back to the studio. Yeah. So let's dive in. Now, what we say we're going to be discussing this morning is project accountability through tech, the budget padding epidemic, and the tech cure. We don't want to just talk about it. We also want to prefer solutions to it. How can it be curbed using technology? Because that's what we do here. Okay, so we don't want to walk the walk. We don't want to talk the talk. Sorry, we want to walk the talk. So not just cho like people normally do. You will know what we're discussing. We are going to find a way around it. And that is what we do here on the Tech Live radio show. Just like I said, last week we had the Tech Ignite workshop. A lot of new faces, people that we have not seen before, but they've been hearing our voice, and they were here, and we had a nice time. And the workshop was free because we wanted to give back to the community, and that was what we did. Next Saturday, which falls within the Children's Day week, I'm going to have a child prodigy here, and that's going to talk to us, inspire the little ones, even the adults, about going into tech. Because I already have the app that was built by the child is in my phone. We're going to talk about it. But today, let's look at project accountability through tech. Okay, the budget padding epidemic is an epidemic in Nigeria. Every year we hear about budget padding, this padding and that padding. Is getting out of hand. And what is going on? It's like nobody is listening. It's like we just talking to the wind or hitting a rock. No. So we want to discuss about it this morning and find the solution, the tech cure. On our own part, how we can use technology to cure it. So remember, on this show, we normally focus on trending and emerging tech news. Okay, so what we got discussing this morning is related to tech, because we want to use tech to resolve it. We also talk about AI. Okay, almost every time artificial intelligence. Last week we presented our in-house prototype, Kendra, the AI that discussed and co-hosted with me last week Saturday. And we also talk about fintech, cybersecurity, entrepreneurship, startups, edutech, robotics, ICT, apps, gadgets, and product reviews. So these are the things that we do here. We want to bring it close to you, the listeners. My goal still remains the same: to make the information useful and to help you, our dear listeners, understand what's trending and happening in the tech world. So let's go into the revelation. Remember, you can join, you can be part of this show. You can call 0803 692 9933. So this is an engagement show. It's not just you listen, you have to engage, and let's discuss. Maybe your own solution in tech might even be better than what we have. We are always open to hear suggestions on how we can move forward. Okay, so you can call in if you want to be part of it. 0803 692 9933 or 0700 903 903 903. Did you hear about it this week? Budget, a leading civic tech organization committed to transparency and accountability in Nigeria, unveiled a staggering discovery. Budget is a leading civic tech organization. It's not just any organization, it's a tech organization. So you can see it aligns with what we discuss here, tech. So according to their analysis, the National Assembly, the Nigerian National Assembly, inserted 11,122 projects worth a total of 6.93 trillion into the 2025 federal government budget. Oh my goodness. 11,122 projects worth a total of 6.93 trillion naira, not millions, not billions, trillion naira into the 2025 federal government budget. So they discovered this, they uncovered it. This is staggering discovery. A tech civic organization budget discovered this. They uncovered this staggering anomaly. According to their analysis, the National Assembly inserted 11,122 projects. 11,122 projects into the 2025 federal government budget. These insertions include 238 projects, each valued above 5 billion naira. 238 projects, each valued above 5 billion naira, totaling 2.29 trillion naira. The way these guys do these things, they do it in billions now, they do it in trillions now, and they just make it somehow seamless, as if it's not a big deal again to them. It's not an issue to them. 238 projects, each of those projects valued above 5 billion naira, totaling 2.29 billion naira. Again, 984 projects worth 1.71, wait for it, 1.71 trillion with a T, trillion naira. Again, 1,119 projects ranging between 500 million naira to 1 billion with a B, amounting to 641.38 billion naira were indiscriminately inserted. So when you hear these figures, it makes your heart sink. It makes you begin to wonder. It makes you begin to think, what is actually going on? Is there no longer human feelings? Is there no longer morality again? Morality no longer governs us again. Society just does what they want to do. In certain things, as if they're just throwing stones into the river. In certain things, billions, trillions flying left and right. Such figures raises critical questions about the transparency and integrity of the budgeting process. So this is what we are talking about this morning: the integrity and the accountability. The integrity, accountability, and the transparency of our budgeting process. I think what happens, this is my own assertion, maybe because they have seen that the budgeting process has a lot of loopholes, and so they are taking advantage of it. A lot of people do that, and when they see someone that is either desperate, they take advantage of that person. And when they see situations, they tell you everything is just na chance. I saw an opening, I took a chance on it. And this is what people do, the so-called scammers. And because they see that people don't understand tech very well, or because they see that people are hungry, they see that things are not going fine, so they take advantage of, telling people that they can make money here, they can do this and they can do that, and they scam a lot of people. So if we look at the figures that I just called out, you will agree with me that those figures raise critical questions about the transparency and the integrity of our budgeting process. So what is the implication? You will ask, what is the implication? From our own point of view, the implication of these insertions are profound. One, misallocation of resources. Misallocation of resources. We know we already have scarce resource. So this is a misallocation of resources. Funds that could have been directed towards essential services like healthcare. Essential services like healthcare. People need to survive. People need to be alive. Funds that are supposed to be directed into education. Funds that are supposed to be directed into infrastructure are potentially being diverted into the pocket of some few. Some few people just pocket it. So these are the implications. Misallocation of resources. People are complaining every day. There's hunger. There's this. There's that. So why is it that these funds are being misallocated? Another thing again, the implication is erosion of public trust. Erosion of public trust. Like I said at the insertion in the beginning, it is something that we have been hearing over and over every year. Budget padding, budget this, budget that. So it has caused erosion of public trust. Repeated instances of budget padding and fiscal mismanagement eroded citizens' trust in government institutions. Very few people believe governmental institutions again because of lack of trust. So when you hear these things, it's like everybody is just on their own doing what they want to do. But it's not going to work out. We normally talk tech here, but we have to talk about these things because it is affecting a lot of people. And we are not living in isolation. We live in a world where you go out, you see things happening, you see people that are hungry, you see dilapidated infrastructure, you see people complaining, people can't afford housing, people can't afford medical and treatment. Now, these funds are being misallocated. So the trust is no longer there. Repeated instances of this budget padding and fiscal mismanagement has eroded citizens' trust in governmental institutions. How many persons you meet out there and talk to them about anything government, they will tell you, I beg, forget that, people, just forget them, all man on their own. So these things are part of the implications. Stunted development, I just discussed about it. Hospitals are decaying. Schools are, look at what happened I think 2 weeks ago. I've been trying to avoid to talk about that. The technical glitch in JAMB. When things like this happen, how do you expect the public to have that trust again? And when you see a lot of people cover these things up, and as you cover it up, the development and the growth of the nation is being stunted. And that is what I'm talking about now. Stunted growth, stunted development. When funds are not utilized effectively, the nation's development is hampered, affecting the quality of lives for all Nigerians. We need to be sincere about these things. It affects the quality of life for all Nigerians. Let me be sincere. Even the rich are feeling it. What they used to do before, they have cut things down. Okay? I know about my direct neighbor where I stay. Formerly, when there is power failure, when there's utility power failure, he would turn on his generator. Whether they restore power or not, the generator will be on. It will be on, a giant generator that was so noisy, making noise. But with all this new development now, he doesn't do that anymore. So though he still puts on his generator when there is power failure, but he doesn't leave it on when power supply is restored. So it has really taught people how to manage. Now, if it is affecting the well-to-do, the rich, just imagine how it is affecting those that are not too rich. Because I don't believe any person is poor. Is how you make yourself. If you want yourself to be poor, you will be poor. So it is what I'm talking about, stunted development. When funds are not utilized effectively, the nation's development is hampered, affecting the quality of life for all Nigerians. But we keep hearing pardon here, pardon there. It is an epidemic now. I don't know. We need to find a way. So we are going to discuss about that later. Like I said, if you want to be part of this show, if you want to discuss, this is an engagement and topic this morning. It affects you, it affects me. Don't say, that doesn't concern me. It does. It does. And that's the reason why almost everybody now is rushing into politics, because they see get rich medium. So it affects us. We need to talk about it, but we don't need to dwell in it, because the policies that is put forward affects every person, and that's why we need to speak up. Not just speaking up, we also need to look at solution, how we can remedy this thing. On our own part, we are looking at tech, how we can use tech to curb and to cure this epidemic. So you can reach the studio, like I said, on 0803 692 9933. You can reach the studio on 0803 692 9933. Let's discuss this morning. You can also call 0700 903 903 903. 0700 903 903 903. This is not our usual way of doing. We normally focus on tech, but we are going to talk about this, how we're going to use tech to resolve it. And if you want to send a WhatsApp message, you can do a WhatsApp message to 0817 175 6338. And the WhatsApp line again, you can also call that line. I will pick it. 081 717 56338. Okay, so while we expect your call, let's move on. So like I said, stunted growth. One of the implications is stunted growth. So even more concerning is the targeted misuse of agencies. We have seen that agencies have been misused. From the report that Budget gave, agencies were misused. For example, the Nigerian Building and Road Research Institute here in Lagos and the Federal Cooperative College in Owerri or G River. They were used as dumping grounds for politically motivated projects. Based on their findings, these two agencies were used as dumping grounds for politically motivated projects. Shockingly, 39% of all insertions, 39% of all the insertions that were made, 4,371 projects worth 1.72 trillion naira were forced. They were forced into Ministry of Agriculture's budget. Imagine how there's still hunger in the land, and 1.72 trillion naira was forced into the Ministry of Agriculture's budget, inflating its capital allocation from 242.5 billion naira to 1.95 trillion naira. Imagine that inflation, inflating its capital allocation from 242.5 billion naira to 1.95 trillion naira. And still yet, there's still hunger in the land. We shouldn't allow these things to continue. We need to find a better way to resolving all this misuse, all this budget padding. It's not right. It is not right. It is not right at all. So now let's look at the role of technology in combating this issue. Okay, what can technology do? Because I don't want to go deep into it. If you guys if you check it, you will see their report. You can check it online. You can see their report. In fact, there are people that have sent messages saying here, if it's eventually distributed, someone wrote here that if it's eventually distributed, each legislator will pocket 14.7 billion naira. Wow. That's what someone did this calculation and is saying, if it's eventually distributed, each legislator will pocket 14.7 billion naira. He now further said, you know how much this money can do in terms of infrastructure, education, health, and a lot more. The sad part is that the money they planned on looting will be borrowed. And that's the truth. We hear about borrowed fund, borrowed fund, borrowed fund, borrowed fund. And so that's what this message is saying now. That it is going to be borrowed. And they're still going to loot it. They are going to loot what they are borrowing. Oh my goodness. They are going to loot it. So they borrow to loot. This other person said, Chukunyem, all I can say is thank you for doing your part. Neither the executive, nor the judiciary, or most essentially the people, will do anything about it. And this is actually somehow a Nigerian thing, and we need to stop it. And like I said, normally we don't do this politics here. We don't talk about it, but this is what we are discussing this morning. This is what we are discussing this morning, and we are doing our own bit. We are talking about it. We want to even go further to talk about how we can use technology to combat it, to cure it. So yes, I know neither the executive, the judiciary, or most essentially the people will do not. Yeah, that's what this person sent now as a message. I agree, but we don't need to remain on that. We need to get up. We need to do something. It cannot continue every year. Every year we talk about this thing, budget padding. It's not right. It's not right. I'm telling you the truth. It is not right. Okay. Someone also, okay, this is another message. He said, we are no longer shocked. If these projects will be truly executed, it won't be an issue. But we all know it's a conduit pipe for embezzlement. Okay. Just like the other person said, this money will be borrowed. This one is talking about it's a conduit pipe for embezzlement. I don't know that, but I think it is one of the implications that I spoke about. Erosion of public trust. Nobody trusts the system again. So when they hear things like this, nobody believes, nobody trusts, because they know nothing. They just feel that nothing will be done. Nobody will do anything about what is going on. I agree. This is how we used to think, but we need to change our thought process. That's what I'm saying. We need to change our thought process. It's very, very important. And that is why here on the Tech Live Show, we came and we are discussing about it, because we want to see change. Hopefully, somebody in the National Assembly, or someone who knows someone in the National Assembly, will get the what we are talking about here, and we'll take it. Okay. Let me pick this call. There's a call coming in. Hello. Good morning. Hello.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good
Hello,
morning.
good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. I can hear you.
Yeah,
What's the name,
thank
please?
you. This is Mr. Ken. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Mr. Ken. Go ahead, sir.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Mr. Ken.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah. Uh, I thank you. Thank you guys for what you are doing and how you are trying to make sure that Nigeria is listed among best countries. But in this issue, most of the time for Nigerian leaders, like mourning for them, because you see, in this time, other countries, in other nations, other countries, they are working to see how to make their nation be the best. But in Nigeria, it's just opposite of it. In fact, when I listen to us, I'm listening to this, I feel like shedding tears. Are there no human beings in this? Are there no human beings in this leadership? Are there no human beings there? My brother, I don't know. I don't just know. I'm short of words. I feel like mourning for Nigeria. Please, in what way can we stop this? Because our children are about to inherit this debt. Our children are about to inherit this dilapidated Nigeria. And they are not thinking about it. They are only just thinking about their pockets, how their children will enjoy the looted funds. But they forgot that there is law of karma. All of them, before they will get to that seat, they will be talking of law of karma, law of karma. Immediately they get to that seat, they forget it. They forget everything that called law of karma. My brother, thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ken. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you for contributing. Okay. Yeah. So we can hear this thing is so heartbreaking. People, the unborn children are going to inherit this debt, just like someone sent a message is talking about that. All I can say, Chukwunyem said, all I can say is that from Agbola, he said if it's eventually distributed each okay, that's the first part of it. The later part, he said, you know how much this money can do in terms of infrastructure, education, health, and lot more. The sad part is that the money they plan to on looting will be borrowed, and that's what Mr. Ken just said. It will be borrowed. Each time they tell us that government is taking loan here, this and that, IMF or whatever, it is going to be borrowed. And they are looting what will be borrowed. Maybe they're about to borrow it and they've already planned how they are going to loot it. It's heartbreaking. So I feel what Mr. Ken is saying. And that's why we brought it up this morning. It's not because that we want to focus everything about it. No, we want to talk about how they can use tech in combating it. Don't they have children? Don't they have? Oh goodness me, I don't know. This thing is so damning. I just said this Saturday, today I could have come with the child protege, but I had to push it to next Saturday so that we can discuss this topic today. I had to push it to next Saturday. If a child 9-year-old can build an app, you know what it takes to do an app. Yes, so many people might say, okay, these days there are AI tools that can be used for that. It doesn't matter. Even if there are AI tools that can be used for that, it is the creative mind of the child that we're talking about. So now we have adults, full-grown men and women, full-grown adults, men and women in the National Assembly. Look at what they are doing. Looting what the money that they are going to still borrow. Nigeria is going to still borrow this money. They are going to loot it for their own. Okay, let me bust the bubble of everyone listening. If this money, let's assume Nigeria is, we say, okay, Nigeria is 220 million people and counting, but let's just take 220 million. Divide this money Divide this money by 220 million. Each Nigerian will get 31,500 naira. 31,500 naira. But just like Agbola said in his message, he said, it is very evenly, if it is very evenly distributed, each legislator will pocket 14.7 billion naira. I don't know, but that's what he said, 14.7 billion naira. What is wrong with, is there no longer morality? We don't have morals anymore. We just do things that because we just want to do it, and then somebody will be making, want to act as a big man or as a big woman and be squandering the future of the unborn. It is not right. So let's look at how we can use tech in combating these things. That's my own point. That's my focus. So, okay. So technology offers powerful tools to enhance transparency and accountability. Technology offers that. First, open budget platforms. The budget platform has to be opened. Let's be sincere. It has to be opened. Digital platforms can provide real-time access to budget allocations and expenditures. I know they might not want to do it, but this is how you get accountability. This is how you get accountability. It is very, very important. Okay? Okay, I think no. I cannot see that message again. It's another message. Okay, someone wanted to send message. It's another message. Okay, like I said, open budget platforms. Our budget platforms need to be opened. Because when they are opened, you can have a digital platform. That platform can provide real-time access to budget allocations and expenditures. And that's what we all expected in the last election with the IREV issue. We wanted openness. We wanted to see that everybody wanted to see, okay, yes, does my vote count? What I'm doing, does it actually matter? Does it count? We need to use tech to resolve all these mundane things that are happening so that we can allow citizens to monitor government spending. How can somebody just be somewhere, some group of men, some group of women be somewhere, and they keep padding the budget year in, year out, year in, year out? It is not fair. So we need that open budget platform so that people, citizens, can be allowed to monitor government spending. We can see real-time access to budget allocations and expenditures. This is the first step. The second step, using technology to cure this. Blockchain technology. Oh yes. Yes, listen, blockchain technology. Implementing blockchain can ensure immutable records of transactions, reducing the possibility of tampering and fraud. We need to put in blockchain technology. This thing is getting out of hand. Blockchain, yes, I can do it. The team can do it. We have so many great people here in Nigeria that can do it. If they are engaged, if they are involved, they can do it. Implementing blockchain can ensure immutable records of transactions. We need to know these records of transaction. We need to know them, thereby reducing the possibility of tampering and fraud. And the third one, data analytics. Advanced data analytics can detect anomalies in budget allocations, flagging suspicious activities for further investigation. We need to start doing these things. We have so many good data analysts in this country. So we need data analytics. Advanced ones, not just surface. The advanced data analytics can detect anomalies in budget allocations and also flag off suspicious activities for further investigations. And finally, if you ask me, mobile applications. Apps can empower citizens to report discrepancies and track project implementations in their communities. Yes, we should have apps that can empower citizens to report Citizens can use those apps to report discrepancies. They can get pictures, snapshots, and videos of projects that are either abandoned or projects that were claimed to have been allocated for in the budget and not being tracked. So these apps can do all these things. These are the 4 points I think technology can do. So, and we need to start engaging citizens. Now is our turn. Now it's our turn to start to take things into our own hands. You out there listening to me this morning, your insights, your experience are invaluable in this discourse. Don't just read what you see and you move on. You read it, you begin to look at, possible solutions that you can prefer to help it. So let me ask these questions. Have you observed any government projects in your area that seem unnecessary or remain uncompleted? What technological tools do you believe can be most effective in promoting transparency in government spending? And how can citizens be more actively involved in monitoring and reporting on public projects? So these are the questions that I'm throwing out to us this morning. So it is not just myself or the Tech Live Radio Show team or VOP, Voice of the People, FM, Lagos. It is not just us. You guys there, you also can provide. You can also provide solutions. So these are the questions. Have you observed any government projects in your area that seem unnecessary or remain uncompleted? What technology tools do you believe can be most effective in promoting transparency in government spending? And the third question, how can citizens be more actively involved in monitoring and reporting on public projects? So these are the three questions that I have for us. We should go and okay, I have a call. Hello.
Good morning.
Hello. Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Fortunatus Hugo Devi. I'm calling from Agor Palace.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Fortune. Long time no here.
Yes. So we'll be today after the program. I think I'll just leave to the station now. So I think you've said it all. Okay. I think it's a matter of transparency. Okay, and then holding these people accountable. I think at the moment they don't have anybody they're accountable to, not even us, the people. Okay, and unfortunately, the court that should be able to protect us is more like they are another arm of the same people that are oppressing and suppressing us. So the court is no longer working at the moment, is out of it. So we don't even have a place to run to. Now, you read out a whole lot of suggestions from all your submission. And apparently what comes to my mind is like, just like you rightly said, using of AI and some other tools, but can we have a portal? Can we have a portal where all the local governments are listed, constituencies are listed, projects, everything listed, disbursements, contracts approved and spent listed. Then progress tracking. There has to also be a column where we can track progress, and then another column for testimonials, which will be so expanded enough to also contain videos. So when you comment that project in your constituency is not being attended to, we just don't want to stop at the level of your verbal communication. Send us a video updated to that particular day so that we know exactly when this is coming in, the report is coming in, you know. But like I said now, if I sit then I think I'll be able to do more articulations to develop this and it will be clearer. But unfortunately, I'm afraid that the same IREV issue that INEC introduced to us as a kind of a scam format, which also had infiltrated into JAM now, I'm afraid that it may definitely enter every aspect of our society. You know, if not, if they will allow us to like create a portal where all of these updates, real-time updates will come in, okay, I think there's nothing stopping us from keeping these guys in check. But then, just like it happened during the election, that the IRF thing all of a sudden had glitches or something, and we couldn't actually connect. Can we have election where, just like the American version, where I can stay on my own laptop, on my TV, and be able to track how many votes are coming into Florida, how many votes are coming into any particular county, location, and without being told, without being announced, I can, at the comfort of my room, be able to tell you who's winning, who's on the lead in that election. Do you understand? So they know what to do, but these guys will frustrate the system. Corruption will fight back. Let them allow it. It will stop. Let's create a portal that will give us a picture, progress, day after day, time to time, report of what's going on. Let's have people on ground to tell us this is where this is. Okay. That's the only way.
Okay.
There are so much leakages everywhere.
Okay.
Security votes going to the governors almost every month. It's just a waste of funds just to compensate people.
Okay.
Not accounted for.
Okay.
You know, so I think we just need to do something that will really keep these guys in check. And okay. I will say it and I will repeat it over and over. This particular regime, I think they have the capacity. People will argue. Maybe they don't want to do it. Okay. It will be worse for us to see that the regime has neither capacity nor willingness. These two things, capacity and willingness, is different when we have the capacity, but we are not willing to be able to administer that. It's like it makes someone mad.
Okay, Mr. Fortune. Mr. Fortune.
So when we lack these two factors, I think something. There's no end to this.
Hello, Mr. Fortune.
It takes only something somewhere to salvage us.
Okay, Mr. Fortune.
That's my submission. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I've run out of time. I just noticed now that the studio line has been switched off. I never knew that, and I was guessing. No wonder you guys are calling via WhatsApp and sending WhatsApp messages. I apologize. It wasn't intentional. The studio line was switched off. I just noticed it now. Sorry. Let's continue next week. I'm out of the show. The other people are around. We are going to, yes, you are right, Mr. Fortune. And that's what we discuss about open budget platform, blockchain technology, data analytics, and mobile applications. These are the things that we need to do. If you guys know anyone in the National Assembly, if they are looking for resources to help them achieve this, we can do it. If we know people, we have teams that can achieve these things. We need to begin to do it. Just like Educare was able to discover and what happened in JAMB, and they took it up. They have their own system, so we can also put up our own system for this budget and process. Budget is doing a lot, and that's why they could be able to discover these things. So till next week, we meet again. I remain your host, Oluchukwu Francis Ogwike. Thank you guys for being with us this morning. I apologize again. The studio line was switched off. I didn't know. And I apologize for those that couldn't reach us this morning. Thank you guys. Let's do this thing next week again. Have a great morning and have a nice day.